Okay, what's going on, everybody? Islam, Islam, peace to the peaceful. I have a very important message. It's been on my mind for some time, and I think it's time to share it. I've been following for many years. As you can see, I'm not a young chicken. I've been following for many years what's been happening in our communities. Particularly, I'm addressing the police confrontation with our community. There's always something was in the news about one of us being a victim of police violence. I think that's the way you should call it, police violence. But I do notice that during the term of a certain president, that doesn't happen. Now, I may be wrong, but go back and check the first term of the DJT president and see how many, were there any police violence on our community. In fact, I think they stopped as soon as he got in office. Now, if you can say that was just a perk, something that just happened, then why does it happen twice? Because again, since he's been in office, maybe one, but I can't really think of any police violence being reported against our community. Now, I'm not saying he is. This is my question: is he the credit for that? Is he the one to take credit for that? Do we have extraterrestrial powers that's saying there's enough is enough for that, and we're not going to tolerate anymore? Are there foreign people, our friends, saying no, no more? If you take out one of them again, we're gonna take out so and so so. You know how they say threats and threats. I don't know. I do not know. That's why I come here to see what you think about it. Uh, you know the hate is gonna come mocking me. That's expected. But while these police violence in the community has ceased, and I say that with the with Thanksgiving to the Creator, that they cease completely. They do not stop back because it's a autocracy. It's just pathetic to have a people, dispossessed people, robbed of everything, the knowledge of self especially, forced to criminality, and not being and then being uh, highway robbed on the streets, confronted by slave patrols on the streets. That's the heights of undemocratic, I would say. So, what's your thoughts? Why is this? Why has that stopped? I do remember the Pope put a edict out. I think you can call it edict. 2014, the Pope during that time saying that this type of activity was to cease by the law officials. and somebody called General Ham, Ham, was to be taking control. And this was the Vatican putting out a statement against the violence in the community by the police. It had to cease. There was no, in other words, they were being called out for fake governments, color of law. What was his name? This Pope in 2014. But they didn't follow it because they actually increased after that, with starting with Trayvon. So that wasn't it. Only when DJ got in office in 2017 did you see it stop. Actually, stop. Not one. And there's no such thing as coincidence when he's in office again. Not one. We knew these was distractions. They was always, the demon was always doing something else, and put that as a headline. One of us being in a violent confrontation, most of the time wind up losing our lives. But under Donald J, you don't hear that. Is it happening? Is it not being reported? Where are you? Is it happening in your community? It's just not being reported on the news? Inquiring Minds wants to know. I come here with respect for everyone. As you can see my dress, I'm showing respect to you. By my appearance, I'm showing respect to you. And you're going to come on my platform showing me disrespect? Oh man, I'm not a violent person, but that doesn't bring out the best in me. Everybody can be pushed to the limits, put it like that. Let's talk on that topic for a minute. King message of nonviolence. That was a strategy, and it wasn't to segregate no lunch counters. That was the infiltration. It wasn't to force ourselves into their other people communities. No, it's about economic opportunities, housing opportunities, funding to our schools opportunities, government assistance to fund our communities. It wasn't about giving up our own communities. That's what they turned it into. With integration, these colored people, let's call it like it is, they're the real devils. They use white people as if they're the enemy. They put them in our faces as if the white people. No, no, it's the colored people who are the real devils. And that's according to the teaching of Elijah Muhammad. Not me. They look like you, but they come in. Because in all these killings you have, it was always black people killing each other. It wasn't white people killing us. So when they had King in for the nonviolence, that was always a backup plan. The backup plan was Malcolm. You to do this you either respect the nonviolent movement or we got we got something else for you. So that's why both of them were eliminated by Negroes, colored people, people who hated the masses of so-called black people, wanted to keep them ignorant of who they are. And these so-called colored people, they knew who they are or were. Jesse Jackson was a Indian Cherokee. He knew his identity, but he advocated for us to call ourselves Afro Americans. He wouldn't dare call himself or his children African Americans. Why would he want us to call us African Americans? Same thing with James Brown. What's with these chiefs, Indians? He was a chief. So he wouldn't have his children, anybody in his clan, his tribe, calling himself African American or black. But then he made a song say it louder, I'm black and I'm proud. But he never said he was black, even in the song. And never did you hear him refer to himself as black. He knew who he was. Just something to think about. Oh, by the way, this podcast is for my community. So if you're not in my community, you're probably gonna be offended because you're going places you wasn't invited. You know, that's the thing with the internet. People just go any place they feel like going, say what they feel like saying. But that's okay because you see, it shows you who they really are. Americans, the only people do this. Other people from other countries, they don't do that. Only Americans come in with disrespect, hatred, just evil. I guess they say we just being Americans. Yeah, we know who you are. Okay, I think that's it for now. Think of these things and we comment in the what my age got to do with anything. Always personal. That's why I don't. That's why I show other props at times because y'all people look at the wrong thing. The knowledge I'm talking about is more important than me. Stop looking at the people. Look at ideas. Grow up. Stop being a fifth grader. Stop acting like a sixth grader. How old you is. The topic I'm saying is more important than my age. Y'all people need to grow up. I'm telling you. It's sick and disgusting. Can't watch nothing on TV anymore. It's for fifth graders only. Yeah, sixth grade. If you're above the sixth grade, you're not going to appreciate anything on the telly. It's been weaponized against intelligence. Only foolishness and sex. That's all they promote. Filth. Now, I'm not saying sex is bad because we need it to survive, but I'm saying all the time, you got to focus on erection. You got to focus on getting hard. That's swarming the internet. What's wrong with y'all people? Don't y'all have anything else in your mind? Come on. Grow up. You act like a 13 or 14-year-old hormones kicking. These are grown people. That's all they want to talk about. Enough is enough.